Wrestling.
What the hell? Jeff Jarrett!
We haven't seen him in months!
Christian Cage, I think, has just won up Kurt Angle.
Wow!
What the hell?
He's a part of Team Angle!
Yes, Team Angle gets the advantage for Lethal Lockdown.
Can Jeff Jarrett be trusted? I would have never made that phone call to him if I didn't think so. If Jeff Jarrett screws Team Angle, Jeff Jarrett screws Kurt Angle.
It's time that we go to war in the Lethal Lockdown match.
Whoever has the pin gets the title shot. It's unbelievable.
He just bored him right out the door. He just knocked him all the way from the top of the cage down to the floor.
That was freaking insane.
Sting gets the title because of Jarrett. Sting gets the title shot.
This is unreal. Why would Jarrett take the pin? What's he trying to prove? Look at Kurt Angle's face. He can't believe it. On the heels of another great pay-per-view in St. Louis, where Jeff Jarrett shocked the world by handing Sting a title shot he could have taken himself. We will see the champion Christian Cage team up with the Monster of Miz for a chance at Tag Team Gold as they take on the new NWA World Tag Team Champions, Team 3D. Now, let's go to Mike Tenay inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let me introduce to you the 6-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
Last week on Impact, there were still doubters about this man even after he had AJ Styles with the guitar. But after lockdown with Jeff Jarrett, not only passed up a chance at a title shot, but handed that same opportunity to Sting. The doubts had to go away. But let me tell you something about Jeff Jarrett you don't know. He's been dealing with very personal issues. I'm talking about a serious family illness. The kind of thing that makes a man look inside himself and ask what it's all about. So you might question Jeff Jarrett the wrestler, but never question Jeff Jarrett the man.
Jeff, after a 6-month absence, you returned to Impact last week with the guitar shot that was heard around the world. That guitar shot, it shocked everyone. It shocked me, it shocked the TNA wrestlers, and it shocked the TNA fans. But then this past Sunday, at our Lockdown pay-per-view in the Lethal Lockdown match, you proved to everyone that it's a different Jeff Jarrett when you handed the world's title shot to Sting on a silver platter. Why, Jeff? What happened in those 6 months to cause your actions to change so drastically?
During the last 6 months, when I decided that, and I had a lot of time to reflect on my career, when I decided to come back, I knew one thing was going to happen. I was going to change, and I was going to realize that it isn't all about the King of the Mountain. Not everything revolves around Jeff Jarrett. It was time for me to give back. And I look back over my 20-year career, and maybe more specifically, I look back over my 5-year TNA career. But probably most specifically, I've looked back to over the last 17 days. And I've realized just what I said, that it's time for me to give back. You know, Sting, ever since he came out of retirement and stepped foot into TNA, and all he's done since he's come back is give, give, give. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Last Thursday night on Impact was step 1. This past Sunday at Lockdown was step 2. And step 3, Mike, is going to surprise a lot of people. But I've got something that I've got to make right, and I guarantee you, you're going to be shocked by it.
Step 3? I mean, can you elaborate at all on that? What do you mean by step 3?
Well, here comes the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And I think back at Lockdown, what should have been an incredibly joyous occasion. You think about him knocking the phenomenal AJ Styles off the top of the cage. And he should have been celebrating as Team Angle won against Team Cage.
Let me get this straight. Did you say you came back here to make things right? Is that what I heard you say? Is that what you said?
It's exactly what I said.
This is how you make things right. All right, I called you up, and I invited you back into the game, okay? It was me who was ridiculed by the fans, not only the fans, but my teammates, because I had you come on my team, and nobody there trusted you. Nobody. It was me whose integrity was questioned. And it was me who had nothing to gain and everything to lose by having your on my team. And this is the thanks I get? I'll tell you what. You hand over Sting on a silver platter. You hand him a title shot at Lethal Lockdown. The same Sting that doubted you more than anyone. The guy that hates you. I'll tell you what, Jeff. Why don't you make things right with me, huh? Make things right with me.
Kurt Angle, with all due respect, I don't feel I have to make things right with you at all, because I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I was going to join your team and help Team Angle win the Lethal Lockdown. And that's exactly what I did. As far as Sting goes, you should know better than anybody in the dressing room that this business is all about timing. Sting was in the right place at the right time.
Well, it looks like you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, here he comes. The man who does get the title shot at Sacrifice. A man who doubted Jeff Jarrett his entire career, but saw a different side of him. And when Jeff Jarrett handed that opportunity to Sting, he took it.
You got a problem with the way I got my title shot at Lockdown. That means you got a problem with me. You know, for the past 6 months, I've had my hands full with Abyss. As a matter of fact, I've been hell and back with Abyss, and all the while, I've been hearing your voice. And your voice every single week is talking like you're the leader here at TNA or something like that. You know, Jeff Jarrett has been wrestling for 20 years. I've been wrestling for 20 years, and if my figures are right, you're less than 10 years.
Giving Kurt Angle a history lesson here.
If it wasn't for guys like Jeff and me paving the way for you, you'd be a gold medalist gym teacher.
Whoa!
Let me tell
Hold on
you.
a minute, I'm not done yet.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Side of Sting we haven't seen.
If you want a shot at that world title, if you want a shot at Cage, then it's going to be you and me right here next week. Winner gets the shot at Christian Cage.
Can you believe this? Kurt Angle for Sting for the first time ever next week on Impact.
They're fighting over me. They're fighting over the champ. Look at them. I like your spirit, guys. Keep it up. You know something? I'll worry about Sting and Angle later. Sacrifice still 4 weeks away. But tonight, the champ always likes to challenge himself. So you know what? I managed to pull a few strings and get myself a shot at becoming the World Tag Team Champions. I'm going to become the World Tag Team Champions. And guess what, Abyss? You're going to be my partner.
You are.
What is that, anyway? Why does he do that all the time?
Are you
What's wrong with you, man?
What do you got, a chocolate
You know something? Speaking of embarrassing yourselves,
You're embarrassing.
yeah,
Embarrassing.
you're embarrassing.
Like a
Guys,
fool.
guys, all right. You know something? Speaking of embarrassment, you embarrassed each and every one of Team Cage at Lockdown. You cost us the match.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And you know something? We've given you chance after chance after chance, and tonight, if I don't leave Impact with 3 title bouts around my waist, I'm going to be a very unhappy champion. And guess what?
He's unhappy. We're unhappy.
That's right. It's your last chance. And if you don't pull through, you're in big trouble.
Yes.
Think about that.
Think about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a 4-way, 1-fall contest. Introducing first, from the City of Angels, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
factor because he was done from that point on.
And finally, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Wow, what an incredible matchup here on Impact. Here comes the Samoan submission machine, the fourth member of this four-way matchup. When we return, it's the opening bell. And welcome back, everyone, to Impact opening contest this week, a four-way matchup. First pin or submission wins it. It's the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, starting off against the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, plus the War Machine Rhino and the phenomenal AJ Styles, all involved. Four incredible talents.
I still, though, have got to wonder what on earth is going through Christopher Daniels' mind again. We see him with the Sting references, wearing the mask, coming down the ramp. I mean, Mike, this has been a guy that we just can't figure out, a guy that we come to admire because he stands for his stood for everything good in TNA, but he has been a whole different person, and boy, Joe screwed out of there, didn't he?
Slapped the taste right out of his mouth. And speaking of Sting, I still can't get over this. Next week, right here on Impact, history will be made. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, for the very first time, steps into a wrestling ring against Sting. Wow.
And think about everything that's at stake. The winner of that match will get the title shot against the world champion, Christian Cage, and sacrifice. Man, you gotta admire those Sting for putting the challenge when he doesn't have to. He'd already earned the shot. But I mean, Sting, you could see how frustrated he was with Kurt Angle, and I think he saw where maybe where Kurt Angle was headed, and he was trying to stop it right there.
I want to remind you, TNA Knockout Christy Hemme to appear as a special guest later tonight right here on Spike TV on the Wide World of Spike. That's coming up at midnight. Christy Hemme on the Wide World of Spike. Check it out. See the blind tag from outside. AJ Styles tagging in.
Well, you see where the War Machine didn't want to let go for a bit, but now look at this. The War Machine turns around. Joe, I think, explained the situation, and we don't have to even get into the history between these two.
Oh, man. Well-documented history between the War Machine. Oh! And he just took Styles up into the lights. Phenomenal one crashes down to the canvas. Immediately, Rhino on the offensive. Drops him with the clothesline. Right back to work the arm and tags in Samoa Joe.
And now look at this, a little teamwork action here with Rhino and Samoa Joe, and why not? I mean, they worked so hard together and locked out as a part of Team England. Think about the history of these two when you look back at time, and there you see, oh, nice kick right there to the front by Joe, and then he breaks that knee right down in the face of AJ Styles.
Yeah, so many intriguing situations between these four members in this matchup. You talked about the background between the phenomenal AJ Styles and the rivalry with the War Machine Rhino. But think of AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, former tag team champions.
Well, think of those three right there. Daniels, Styles, and Samoa Joe. And now look at this.
Communication between the two men that we just mentioned were former NWA World Tag Team Champions, and Samoa Joe is going to take advantage of that conversation.
Boy, they did. They stopped. They hesitated while they were talking. Joe didn't hesitate for 1 minute as he just let them both have it.
Now they're working as a unit, but then Samoa Joe out of nowhere catches the Fallen Angel with the knee and drops him.
And he goes right over and tags in the War Machine, and AJ ducks out of the way, and down goes Daniels, and then down goes Styles.
Oh, look at the muscle. Look at the power game from Rhino. He just took AJ Styles, dropped him with the TKO.
Oh,
Spinebuster pin. Two. Oh, Styles last split second broke it up.
And then he goes right over. Look at that. Samoa Joe just sends AJ Styles all the way out of the ring onto the floor. And now Joe goes after AJ Styles.
Samoa Joe and AJ Styles battle out here on the arena floor right in front of the broadcast position. Meanwhile, in the ring, the War Machine Rhino.
Wait a minute. He's got a bat. He's got a bat. The Sting bat, and he just leveled Rhino with it.
Oh, we talked about the mask earlier. Now the Sting bat comes into play. Here's the pin. Oh, no, they get the 3 count. Daniels wins it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Fallen Angel gets the victory in this 4-way matchup. We've got to take another look at exactly what went down. The move of the night presented by the new Thriller Vacancy.
Well, you saw him take that bat right there and just slam it right into the War Machine, and that's how he got the victory. But now, as you see here after the match, AJ Styles and Joe still not done, and then Joe just sent AJ back out of the ring.
And Samoa Joe coming down to check here on AJ Styles, who's down. I think this situation is far from over. There you see him backing up the ramp. The man who raises his hand in victory, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
They've literally been fighting to get in the octagon. And on an all-new Ultimate matches, 6 sides of steel, one barbaric night. Kurt Angle's team wages war against Christian's army inside the infamous Lethal Lockdown. And for the first time in TNA history, Team 3D and LAX will step inside the Electric Lockdown, where 10,000 volts of electricity will pulse through the 6 sides of steel cage. TNA presents Lockdown.
Kurt Angle, it looked to me like Sting left you a little speechless earlier when he challenged...
Speechless? Don't let speechless be confused with what was going on through my mind as Sting was spewing out his BS in that ring. Earlier tonight, Sting made the biggest mistake of his career. You want to challenge Kurt Angle, Sting? You want to challenge the best? Having less than 8 years in this business only means that I'm still in my prime. I'm the best I've ever been. Now maybe it's time that you step aside. Or better yet, maybe it's time that I push you aside, Sting. Because that title shot at Sacrifice, that's mine. Next week, Sting, your little revival is over. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be damn real.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the company to the ring by Gail Kim from Fort Wright, Kentucky, Wildcat Chris Harris.
The Wildcat Chris Harris made his TNA in-ring return this past Sunday at Lockdown, and now he's back on Impact. And I can tell you that TNA management's Jim Cornette was tired of hearing about Harris's demands to return to the ring in his condition, but Cornette says that neither he nor TNA will be responsible if he comes into this TNA ring and wrestles like he's going to do tonight on Impact, because quite simply, he's still not 100% in terms of his vision.
I mean, think about it. Wait a minute.
What?
Jackie Moore just came in and attacked. Gail Kim still upset about what happened to her lockdown. And then the brawl continues. And Jackie Moore and Gail Kim just keep slugging it out.
Oh, we just picked up right where we left off Sunday at that cage match at Lockdown. Did you see that? Oh, we're going to try and restore order when we return. It's Chris Harris scheduled for a one-on-one match against Robert Roode.
Get ready for full-on global warfare.
The opponent in this contest, he is accompanied to the ring by Miss Brooks and Showtime Eric Young from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, Robert Roode.
Oh, just check out that body language from Eric Young. He has had months and months where Robert Roode and Ms. Brooks have absolutely berated him, and of course Robert Roode owns his contract. He does whatever Robert Roode says.
And think about it, Eric Young's in so much hot water now, especially what happened after lockdown. But Robert Roode knows that Eric Young tried to give his friend Brady Williams that hockey stick, and it backfired on Eric Young. And oh man, I wouldn't want to be him right now because they're making his life miserable, Mike.
Can you imagine, Don, next week right here on Impact, for the first time ever in the history of professional wrestling, Kurt Angle one-on-one against Sting? It doesn't get any bigger than that, my friend.
And then you throw what's at stake. The winner gets a title shot at Sacrifice. Oh. Unbelievable. It's just amazing seeing Kurt Angle and Sting where they were teammates just a few days ago, and now all that animosity was brewing as they both want a shot at that title. But Robert Roode taking control right away, and think about it, blind shots Chris Harris right there on the blind side. And you know what? Chris Harris is going to have to deal with this if he wants to go out there being at 50% with his vision.
Yeah, we know that Chris is nowhere near 100% when it comes to his vision. You see he's still sporting the eye patch, and Robert Roode takes advantage of that even before the opening bell, then continues the all-out assault. Here's the pin and a 2 count before Harris powers out.
Oh, the two of them have just been relentless with Eric Young. And Eric Young, you just wonder how much more the kid can take before he breaks.
Chris Harris has demanded to take on the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm, and how about that? James Storm, his former longtime AMW partner, out on the entrance ramp to watch at our Sacrifice pay-per-view. Another pin attempt here by Roode and another near fall. Chris Harris demanded that he meet that man, James Storm, in a Texas death match at Sacrifice. Jim Cornette has washed his hands of this entire situation. I mean, Chris Harris, his career is in jeopardy right here. His vision is in jeopardy. I think he's his own worst enemy, but he's going to get that Texas death match coming up in May at Sacrifice.
Well, it's a match where basically anything goes. That's the kind of match that the Wildcat wants. Something where he can get his hands on James Storm, and look at that comeback right there. He may be able to see out of only one eye, but you can't take away 100% of his heart. Look at that. What a smash.
Face plant.
One,
Pin.
two.
Man, what a nice comeback here by the Wildcat. Chris Harris turning this matchup a full 180 degrees, and there you see Ms. Brooks continuing the bad mouth for Eric Young.
The boot goes right up there by Robert Roode, though, and stops the momentum of the Wildcat. There he goes. Off the rope, but look at Wildcat Chris Harris waiting for it. Here comes the catatonic. Yeah, he nails it.
Wind him up. Power him down.
Two.
Oh, Ms. Brooks pulled the referee. Senior official Rudy Charles out of the ring. He points the finger of blame at Eric Young.
Oh, of course she will. What else would she do? Nobody's ever at fault. Wait a minute. Robert Roode's got handcuffs in his hands. Looks like he's going to use them like brass knuckles there. Look at Storm.
Yeah, and Chris Harris is making eye contact with James Storm, and he just caught him again from the blind side for the second time. Oh, no. Referee Charles in for the count, and he gets the three.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Robert Roode.
Oh, this is just wrong. Now we know what he has the cuffs in mind for. To take a deep shot and think about how apropos that is when Wildcat Chris Harris. Did you see that?
He just pushed down Misra, and then Robert Roode got top of the floor, and he slapped Eric Young right in the face.
I told you he was going to be at his breaking point, and he obviously got to his breaking point as he just let this Brooks have.
Cut the music! I'm sick and tired of you embarrassing me! I'm sick and tired of you trying to make a fool out of me! Do you not think I notice when you cheer for my opponent? Huh? Do you think I forgot about lockdown when you tried to screw me? I own you! Are you mad? Are you mad because I beat up your friend at lockdown?
Talking about Petey Williams.
Did I say something funny?
What?
Petey's not his
What
friend.
was that? What was that? What'd you say?
I mean, we've all been presuming that for weeks.
Petey's not the friend.
He's saying that Petey's not the friend he's been talking about.
Then who is
Petey's
the
not
friend?
You want to play the game? You got another friend? Eric has two friends? You have no friend! If you have a friend, give me his name right now! Eric, I want to know who it is, and I want to know right now. Okay, all right. You won't want to tell me. You don't want to tell me who your friend is? I'm giving you 1 week. 7 days to tell me who your friend is, or I will fire you on national television next week.
Oh, my.
And I will show you and all your friends that it pays to be rude.
Oh, man. It just looks like Eric Young has been mentally broken here by Robert Roode. Eric Young, you've got 7 days to let the world know who your friend is, or you're gone. You're fired from TNA.
And of course, you have to go and lose lockdown for Team Cage like the moron you are. The only reason that not in prison is because Christian Cage personally asked me to have you team with him tonight to bring gold to Team Cage when they face 3D. So you listen to me. One last time. No more. You get out there and you get the job done. No more chances. Or that filthy, skeevy old woman is going to go to prison for perjury, obstruction of justice, and attempted murder. No more chances. Get it through your damn head.
Sergeant Nicholas Angel is trained to be the best. But nothing is going global, and Spike's got the inside track as we catch him with Mirko Krokop and Michael Bisping.
Pull out a body shot.
As they prepare for this epic night, UFC 70 Nations Collide Countdown, tonight at 11 on Spike. Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe. This is your chance to own the rematch the world of professional wrestling demanded. TNA Home Video presents Turning Point. Available now on DVD, exclusively at Best Buy. Go to shoptna.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the latest Don West deal of the day and official TNA wrestling merchandise. Shoptna.com. All TNA wrestling 24/7.
I cannot believe the Black Machismo thing has taken off to the level it has. Like a dress-up prom night here, Kevin.
Right.
So how come I'm not teaming with the black kid next week?
Oh, easy, Imus. What do you mean the black kid?
I mean the black kid. The board says I'm teaming with Kaz Hayashi, who doesn't even work here.
The thing is, I've worked it out. My man's going to go over with Sanjay and Black Machismo in a little three-way.
Whoa! Three-way. Hey, Kev, I'm a one-woman man. Yeah, Liz was more than enough for me.
Don't doubt it.
Talking about a match for the belt.
Yeah, making sense now. Yeah, making sense. Yeah, you're making a lot of sense.
Everything's taken up. Hey, listen, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything is cool. Yeah, wait. What about Sanjay, huh?
Sanjay, come here, man. Take care of him. Look at that.
Freak. You can step over the top rope now. Look at that, huh?
Shut up! Hey, shut up!
Hey, wait a minute.
Look, I've had enough of this, Kev. Admit it. You ain't got nothing for me, and look at me. I look like a complete joke. All these months, all this nonsense. Kevin, stick it!
You look...
It's Mike Tenay and Don West, joined by Conan and LAX. Don, quickly a comment on the differences between Sanjay Dutt and Kevin Nash.
Well, it's obvious to me, Mike, that Sanjay Dutt is envious. I mean, look at the transformation that has happened to Jay Lethal because of Kevin Nash. It's obvious that Sanjay Dutt feels like maybe he's getting Kevin Nash's hand-me-down.
We will get Conan's take on the Lockdown Tag Title matchup, but first, let's take a look at LAX against Team 3D from this past Sunday at Lockdown. You're sitting in on wrestling history, first time in TNA. We're going to shock the world.
Tonight, we become 20-time World Tag Team Champions.
Man, it's electrified here at the Family Arena.
They have finally done it. Team 3D fulfills their destiny, fulfills their legacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact Feature Contest. It is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. First from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He's the NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage. And his tag team partner, accompanied by James Mitchell, standing 6 foot 8 inches tall, 350 pounds, the Monster Abyss.
Well, Conan, this is Christian Cage's opportunity to add the NWA World Tag Team title to that NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt.
This is complete BS. I can't believe the way we were ripped off at the pay-per-view. He's not going to win anything, and if they do, then they've got to face LAX.
And their opponents from New York City, they are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions, Brother Ray, Willie Devon, Team 3D.
Well, they finally did it. This past Sunday at Lockdown, Team 3D fulfilled their legacy. They accomplished the Grand Slam of Tag Team Championship, adding the NWA title to the WWE, the ECW, and the WCW Championship belts. There they are. Brother Ray, Brother Devon, the Grand Slam Tag Team Champions.
Grand Slam, the only thing they're famous for is eating Grand Slam breakfast. And Danny, look at those two fat pigs. Why not they give you guys a rematch?
What a reaction in the Impact Zone to the new Tag Team Champs.
Did you hear the reaction when LAX came out here?
And there it is, the opening bell for our Impact main event with the tag team titles on the line.
I gotta admit, I respect Team 3D for defending these titles this soon, but I do see Conan's point on not getting the rematch, but then again, I understand from Team 3D that they said that you'll get your rematch, but when they say you will.
Hey, Don, let's keep it real. Why don't you come out of the closet? Quit peeking. You're an LAX fan. Come out and say it.
Come on, Don, is that the truth?
Well, I've always admired LAX and their ability in the ring. He came out of the closet. He came out of the closet.
Come on, come clean. Don't beat around the bush, yes or no?
You know how I'm a wrestling fan. I admire what Team 3D has done. I mean, think about it. The Grand Slam. They've won all 4 damn team titles. If you can't respect that, you're not a wrestling fan.
Oh, Christian Cage turns it around on Brother Devon, and then look at him counter in the corner with those big right hands at the top of the head. There goes the champ, fired off into the turnbuckles, but man, he got that elbow up at the last split second.
What an opportunity right here for Christian Cage to have 2 belts. But wow, Brother Devon just
two. Oh man, so close right there. Team 3D almost just retained those tag team titles in the opening minute of this match.
And that proves my point. It isn't the same thing being a singles competitor than being a tag team for as many years as 3D's been around. Right now, they almost beat him, and they're probably going to beat him right now. Okay, but that's what I'm telling you. Why didn't they give us a rematch?
And you're blaming Team 3D for that.
That's right. They should have given it how many matches? What's their won and loss record against us? Like 2 for 10? But then again, nobody's had a pretty good record against us. Their record is shabby. Why didn't they give us a rematch?
Oh, check this out. Hector Guerrero looking on, keeping an eye on you, Conan, on Homicide and Hernandez on LAX. He played a major role, Hector Guerrero, this past Sunday when Team 3D finally won the NWA title.
Hector Guerrero, what a sellout, what a traitor. Now, I don't know if he was paid off by TNA or if he did it of his own volition. Not a bad word for Latino, by the way. But that's a moot point because the bottom line is this. He will pay for what he did. He interfered in the match. He had nothing to do in that match. Well, it's obvious he just didn't like the way they represent the Latino nation.
Oh, man! Brother Ray powers down the monster! Oh, it's so close!
Now, not many people can pick up a monster miss and slam him down like that, but Brother Ray's one of them. Well, when you weigh 900 pounds, it shouldn't be that hard. That fat pig picked up another fat pig. Now, have you noticed these guys haven't even got an offensive move in Christian and Abyss? It goes back to what I'm telling you. They never manhandled LAX like that.
Conan, I've got to get your comments. Next week here on Impact, Sting one-on-one against Kurt Angle for the first time.
Who wants to see that match? If anything, team up, Sting and Kurt Angle, they can fix LAX. Then you got a match.
Well, I disagree. Let's watch Christian off the top.
Well, of course you disagree. You're always towing the company line. You're another sellout.
Now, speaking of the company line, you and the Latino Nation, it's your perception. You perceive that TNA and TNA management is behind all of these so-called injustices.
I don't perceive, I know. Jim Cornette tried to strip us of the title. They put us in matches that we had no experience in, these Little Italy street fights, the 6 Sides of Steel, hoping that they could take the title away from us, and finally they did it. Punching 3D against us month after month after month after month. But we will get those titles back, I promise you that. LAX, we break the rules, we make the rules, and we change the rules. That's how you do, Christian. Do the damn thing.
Tag is in to the 6'8", 350-pound monster Abyss. Communication here between Christian Cage and Abyss. And while Christian was in the ring, I'm sure our TNA cameras picked it up. James Mitchell at ringside, he was just browbeating Abyss.
I gotta ask you here, okay, dog? You gotta be kind of rooting for Team 3D here, because if they win, that way you can get a shot at it to take those titles back from them. I really don't give a damn who wins. We just want those belts back. But I will tell you one thing. Is it just me, or do these guys not even get along, Christian and Abyss?
It's hard to say. It seems like there's been friction, there's been problems ever since Christian made the deal with James Mitchell to bring Abyss to Team Cage. But look at Team 3D absolutely unload on the challengers It's now all Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
And Brother Ray just sent Christian about 20 feet into the air. And now he's over there with Abyss, and Abyss just gave a headshot while Brother Devon getting ready to bring it home, and here comes Abyss.
Oh, Abyss takes Brother Devon up on his shoulders. Christian's going to go high risk, it looks like. The world's champion heads to the top. Brother Devon drops down. Oh, man, he just sent Abyss right into Christian Cage.
And look at this! They got him up! 3D! 3D! 1, 2, 3D!
Calm down, John. You're gonna have a heart attack. Don't talk about the coming back to us. I guarantee you that.
Team 3D!
The Grand Slam champions have done it in their first title defense right here on Impact. Brother Ray and Brother Devon have kept the goal against Christian Cage and the Monster Abyss, and you know that James Mitchell and Christian are PO'd.
Oh, they're gonna blame Abyss for this. You know that they are. It was an accidental, but Christian Cage had a look on his face of just sheer anger.
Wait a minute, remember, Christian promised if he didn't win the tag team title, that Abyss would be in trouble. What's gonna happen? We'll find out when we return to Impact. Champion is face to face. Christian Cage is nose to nose with the Monster Abyss. He promised that there would be trouble. Oh, he's got him goozled. Take him up, Abyss. Choke slam him.
You saw Mitchell. He's threatening him. He's ready to turn in his mother. And Abyss doesn't know what to do. And now you can see that just, Christian Cage, the champion, just spit on him. Oh my God, he just screamed down.
Look at Abyss with that big right hand that decked the champ, and he just sandwiched him right in the corner, and Mitchell can't believe it.
Oh, you can see that look on Mitchell. It was unreal. Look at this. He's got him uptown.
Gonna go for the shock treatment. He's got him up on his shoulders, but Mitchell's telling him no. Put him down, and you know that he's got to be holding that over his head, Don.
Well, it's that blackmail. It's that blackmail. It's too much for him. What?
This is great.
Oh no, here comes Team Cage. Here comes Tongo. Here comes AJ Styles. And here comes Big Papa Pop Scott Snyder for the beatdown.
Oh, they were waiting, and man, Abyss, there's no way he can win in this numbers game. And they're just beating him down as the champion walks off.
Oh, no.
I love this. This is the gang mentality that I love. I concur. This is discipline.
Yeah, well, of course you would. That's what LAX is all about. The gang mentality.
Look at this.
Abyss fights back, and there goes Tongo. Clothesline out to the floor.
It's just all coming out of Abyss. All that frustration, all the threats, all the bribes. He's had it.
Get Mitchell.
Blackmail. Look at this.
Now's your chance, Abyss. Get Mitchell.
He's got it right here.
Mitchell throws some powder in his eyes. Taser gun him. I got a taser gun.
Oh, look, he's got the phone. He's got the phone in his hand.
I knew it.
He's threatening to call.
I knew it. This is blackmail. It's a time. Throw the phone away.
Black on slam. Black on slam. Mitchell's just been creamed with a black hole slam.
There's your blackmail, Mitchell.
And the crowd going crazy as Abyss just couldn't take it anymore, guys. He couldn't freaking take it.
He took out the whole damn team. Yo, I gotta give him props on that, and it looks like he's going for something. Don't tell me he's going for the tax.
Well, you're right on the money. You don't miss a trick, do you, Conan?
Yo.
Underneath the six-sided ring, the Monster Abyss has brought the tax into play.
And he's pulling him out.
There you go, there you go.
Tonko blindsided him, caught him from behind, and here comes Steiner as well.
Again, he just took too long in that numbers game, and there's AJ Styles in, and it's just a beat down now right here by Team Cage. Oh no, the champion's got a chair.
He said it at the start of this broadcast that there were going to be there was going to be trouble for Abyss. That chair shot was sick. It just echoed all throughout the Impact Zone.
It's like lions on a wildebeest or a monkey on a cupcake. Pick your metaphor, but the bottom line is they just demolished Abyss.
Oh, that was just... wait a minute. He just handed the chair to Tonko. Oh, no, come on, no. He's busted open.
Oh, blood pouring from the head of Abyss.
Go ahead, hit him. Hit him again.
Going through it.
Hit him again. There we go. Learn how to follow orders, Abyss.
And he's down to his knees, and now Big Papa Pump.
Got it, Big Papa Pump. I should send Hernandez and Homicide to take a shot.
Oh, God
This is sick. Enough already. Oh, AJ's got to get his with that. That's how you do. That's how you do. I can't tell the difference. I can't see where the mask is and the blood begins.
Styles has got the chair.
Got it. Oh, he creams him there. Oh, awesome. I don't know where the monster begins and the stench ends, but the bottom line is this. He just got obliterated. That's discipline. You don't follow orders, you get dealt with.
That's not discipline. This is way over the line.
Somebody
This is
stop
sick.
this. Stop That's at the very tip of the line. They haven't even started to go over the line. Do your thing.
Now what?
Oh, no.
Yes. AJ Styles.
I love this.
The baseball bat that's wrapped in barbed wire.
Oh, they are just... Oh, and he just put it right on him. The only thing more beautiful is if he set that on fire.
Right on the bare flesh. Right on the arm of the monster abyss. Oh, come on.
Oh, one more awesome. Come on. Now throw some tacks in his face. What more are you gonna do?
Look at the blood pouring from the arms of Abyss.
Oh, look at the cut right down here. Insubordination.
Oh, no.
Look at this. They're just absolutely destroying him out there. Insubordination. I've never thought you could feel sorry for a monster, but somebody stop you feel sorry for him, Don? No, you come on, Conan. Have some kind of a heart. Yo, they're doing what they gotta do. That's called instilling discipline.
Not the concerto.
Yes! Yes!
We gotta get out of here. Damn it, Conan.
I'm glad.
How can you condone this? How can you condone this, Conan?
And I hope they continue to beat him.
Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now.